So I guess we're going back to the village now is what we are doing. We will head on back. We have completed the junk heap. Yeah, bringing Tekken is Tekken. My favorite Minecraft mod pack, Tekken. Where's my boar? No, my boar's not around here. Do you mind? Oh, my boar's up over here, I guess. It'd be nice if the boar could just like jump and go up slopes like this a lot easier, you know. that would be interesting there. Yeah, right now there's still a lot of things to work out with, like the craziness of peculiar potions is the case. Definitely a lot of things to work out there. And I kind of want to get done like some of the stream playthroughs to be able to like refocus my efforts back onto that again, you know? Because as much as I want to continue with that series, like it's so hard to, like, it's such a time sink. I can see why, you know, YouTubers who have something like that as their only set of uploads that they're doing do that as like their only sets of uploads that they're doing, because that alone is quite a decent bit of a workload, you know. Whereas I'm the freaking madman out here that's doing like several series at once all the time, like some crazy maniac, you know.
Hey, Popola.
Ah, you're back.
All in the middle of balancing university.
More about the Shadow Lord's key?
I'm sorry, but it's going to take me some time yet.
Useless.
I see. Well, can I take something off your plate in the meantime?
I was trying to do a Xenoblade 1 Dunban reference and I kind of failed. Wasn't all that great.
Oh, how about this? You know the ferryman with the red bag, right?
Red bag man!
Well, he's been skipping out on work lately. Can
Shame
I
on
ask
him.
you to go to Seafront and check on him?
Sure thing.
Skipping out on work to spend time with his red bag. But yeah, wait, is that a thing in that mod pack there? 9% of the world is ocean. But yeah, so before, yeah, I may well consider that. We were talking about it a little bit earlier this stream about how, and I know that this is something that I've mentioned before, that maybe like the next build in the background should become like a community project of sorts. Maybe. But even just like taking dedicated time to like make sessions for that kind of thing is already kind of tricky, you know. Even that alone is a little bit tricky, you know, is the case. All right, let me yoink this thing here. Well, I mean, I did have a schedule with you know, what time and day each thing was being done during the week, but now with this university semester starting, I kind of threw the schedule out the window and said like, yeah, everything's just kind of going back to being streamed whenever I can stream it again. I mean, that still is sort of a schedule saying like these are the current ongoing games, so I can keep track of what needs to be done, but you know, these don't have scheduled times anymore. Like maybe once I get a little bit accustomed to this university semester, I'll be able to make a proper like time schedule again, but not right now.
And no matter what I do, it just seems to get worse.
That's not good. Any idea what's causing it?
No. He went out to play with the other children like he usually does. And when he came home, he was sick.
Has a whole lot of ocean there. But yeah, look at what streams says you've been doing this so late at night here lately. Glad to find like, yeah.
Something must
I was actually planning on streaming last night, but I was like, oh my goodness, this would be like such late night on a weekday. Like I shouldn't be doing that.
You will?
So I'm trying to find like more opportunities for doing things during the day. And my current uni schedule is I have like a bazillion classes that I'm doing on Thursday and Tuesday, but I'm not doing classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So those days can either be spent, you know, streaming at home, going into work, spending time with family, maybe doing some work on my truck, stuff like that, you know. So I kind of purposefully clumped all my classes together on a Tuesday and Thursday to be able to make like a lot more lenient of a schedule, let's just say.
All children are precious to their own parents.
So I might be able to work something out.
But if the cause of the illness is a mystery, then we have little way to search for a cure.
Well, you're smart. Come up with something.
Perhaps we should speak with the local children.
I don't know if I'll actually do
Kids know when the adults don't.
all the side quests, but I may as well accept them.
Adult in the world is but a child to my eyes.
May as well accept them, you know.
Want a different job?
Oh,
Which job should I
do I
do
currently
first?
have a job accepted from you? I don't know.
Want to go to Seafront? I've got a request.
Oh, I'm
for
going to
you.
Seafront anyway, aren't I?
Actually, it's more like a demand. Wish I could boss people around like this.
Sure?
I wrote down the client's location.
Sure. Sure. Now, Ghost Truck seems like you're making some progress on it. We got freaking the passenger side tires off, and the driver's side we are having difficulty with. So we're gonna, next time that we go over there, we're gonna take a torch and start experimenting with the forces of heat to get it off. And if that doesn't work, then we're gonna have to like drill into them. The wheel hubs themselves are probably gonna need to be like completely replaced, because I don't want to deal with the pain of like bolts with tires every single time that I want to get like tires on and off. So yeah, there's that. There's that. But yeah, it is moved over now.
Forest. We're not supposed to know, but everybody does. Man, I wish I could go there.
What year truck is it? Totally forgot to ask. 1952. So as of this year, it's 70 years old. Is the case. So right now we're trying to figure out things with the wheel and the wiper motor. The wheel and the wiper motor are like the two kinds of things to figure out right now. So, you know, this kind of wiper motor, it kind of attaches like right underneath like the middle of the dash there, and then this kind of comes up at the top and you twist it to turn the wipers on and off. And we needed to get like some specific clips for it. So it doesn't seem like we can get the actual type of clip that like came with it anymore, which you only have one of, which is like, well, if I can go to, maybe if I go to full cam, which is like that type of clip there to clip it in a place. We couldn't really find anything like that, so we got like some other things that might potentially work. Maybe got like a few of these thingamabobs. Got like a little baggie of, where did I put them? I put them on my lap. A little baggie of like similar-ish clips, and we'll try them out. Because, yeah, getting the windshield wipers working, even if it's not raining, is apparently one of the things that you need to be functional for it to be, like, legal to drive. So, I just have this thing sitting on my desk right now. It's neither here nor there. I'll just leave my wiper motor right there. But yeah, let's see here. Fun fact, your truck is younger than one of your grandmothers. Having one that's a decent bit older. I mean, the oldest vehicle that we have is that old Mercury out at the lake cabin, which is 1949. Is the case. So, hold on, wait. Where's this quest person? Like up above? So, but yeah, I don't believe so. Vintage cars are so cool. Too bad that whenever you get the cash restore, gas cars will be outlawed. Wait, is that, like, I've heard that there are some places in the world that are trying to, like, you know, work towards that. And, you know, it's the kind of thing where it's like, okay, your heart's in the right place for making like a change, but it's like, really, can you really realistically do this though?
The forest totally cursed him.
Also,
That's why he's sick. Everyone told him not to play in there, but he did anyway.
It appears something happened to the child when he entered the northern woods. I believe that area is more commonly known as the Forest of Myth.
You think there's actually a forest curse?
I will withhold judgment on such things. For now, we should visit the place and see for ourselves.
All right, to the Forest of Myth then.
Also, I don't even understand the point of outlawing gas cars until energy infrastructure like changes drastically itself, considering we've had this talk on stream before about how, you know, electric vehicles are one of those kinds of things that make people feel good and like they're making a difference because they're not, you know, putting emissions into the atmosphere like directly like that. But they still are, because the place that you're getting energy from for your electric car is still so based around fossil fuels. So electric cars aren't even going to be making all that much of a difference unless we drastically change our energy infrastructure in general.
I happen to know where my boyfriend is, do you?
Of course I do. Not.
Sorry, lady.
Said this is the Civilization. They're banning gas cars in California. Yeah, I find that super crazy there. Like, if the vehicle market is so tricky right now as well, especially after everything with COVID and the whole chip shortage and everything, since most modern vehicles are gonna need, you know, computer parts like that, is a whole mess. So forcing it into like even more of a mess there, it's like, yikes. Have your taxes on buying new cars? It's already so expensive to buy a new car, even used ones. Like the whole car market nowadays, car market, housing market, so many things that are just like, oh, you want to get something related to this? Good luck, you know.
Right. Of course you don't. I'm so silly sometimes.
Like, if I want to sell my car nowadays, it would be, I could sell it for probably a lot more than it's worth just because of how crazy the market is nowadays, you know? Like, it'll probably go back down eventually, but I mean, we'll see. But yeah, the cars are a bit more efficient, so biggest problem is the production. So are they more efficient then? But they're still like producing, you know, waste in production and stuff.
Hey, wait. You're that kid who does whatever people ask him to do, right? Well then, go find my boyfriend.
Wow. This despicable man.
Usually ask nicely. And I have no idea what your boyfriend looks like, much less where to find him.
Well, he always wears this flashy gold necklace, so maybe you can start there.
And so we find ourselves off on a hunt for a man with a golden necklace. Not exactly the strongest of possible leads.
My goodness gracious. But yeah, took the car to tire shop number 1 and they put new tires on it and balanced it and stuff. Months later, a car developed a wobble in one of the front wheels, driver's side. So he took it to tire shop number 2 to get the wobble looked at, and turns out tire shop 1 screwed up your balancing so bad that one of your wheels was 5 ounces, 141.7 grams out of balance. Jeez. My oh my. Wonder if in Massive if you can find your mom's original green Ford Mustang and mod it to be electric? That'd be interesting there. My old 1952 truck. That's the kind of thing that, like, good luck ever modding something like that to be electric. I mean, you could always take, like, the body off and put it onto a new modern frame, and then it would basically be, like, you know, a modern vehicle that just looks like an old vehicle. And I considered doing that when we were, like, first setting out on this journey, but I elected to keep it, like, more close to original and stuff since it's, you know, preserving a part of history.
Hey, you.
In a way, you know.
You ever seen a treasure map before?
Yeah, lots of video games.
A treasure map?
Just saw a car with someone from, someone with a car from 1945. Really? That's a 1945 to 1949 is like the kind of period where you don't really see a lot of cars getting manufactured because most of the, like, I'm no expert in this field, so like correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain that like most of the car producing companies and facilities during that time were making vehicles for the war effort rather than commercial vehicles. So it's really, really rare to see like actual commercial vehicles from that era. That era. I saw a car on the road earlier today that looked like it was from like the 30s or something like that, and I was impressed.
Yeah, a treasure map.
Yeah.
You know,
let's
map
see
that
here.
Shows you where to find buried treasure.
Not saying heavy tax on used cars, heavier tax on new cars to make the continual creation of new cars less appealing. Ah, gotcha. Investing higher taxes into green energy plans and public transportation. Or if you're in like the States, I feel like the States in general, like the US, should just like stop funding the military as much and take those funds and put them towards green energy. But what do I know? If I was in charge of running the United States of America, that's what I would do. Because while the US is not the biggest army in the world, it's the most funded army in the world by a lot. And it's like, wow, do you really need that crazy of a military? Like, imagine the insane impact that could have getting funneled into green energy, you know? But what do I know? What do I know? Also, I can never imagine buying like a brand new vehicle. Way too expensive. I've only ever bought used vehicles, and it's probably all I ever will be buying there, you know? Yeah, let's see here. More renewable energy production make them better, but there is significant merit to the efficiency of centrally producing energy. Wait, what do you mean by centrally producing? I'm sorry if I'm dumb and I just don't know this. Electric cars aren't removing electric cars are zero emission for the drivers, sure, but the factories, mines, repair parts, and sources of electricity completely defeat the benefit. Yeah. Electric cars aren't removing the environment damage that gas cars cause, it's moving the cause of damage from the vehicle to production parts and electricity to make people feel better about their impacts by feeling like they're not leaving an impact. Hi! Oh, you are wet, huh? Jesse, come here. Jesse, come. You are still recovering from being sick, so I don't know about giving you any treats. Because you are still recovering from being very, very sick, you know? Oh my goodness, you got sprayed with the hose earlier today. Oh, you're still soaking wet. Oh, wet doggy. So you decided to come down here and visit me while you're all wet and stuff? Is the case. But yeah, let's see here. A selfish idea of zero emissions. You aren't producing any, but everything else about the car does. But yeah, much of the military budget is related to veteran benefits, not actual military spending. Really? That I wasn't aware of there. But it's still a whole lot towards military spending. Military stuff is really complicated because the US has more defense stakes than other countries, so just pulling out this country's well, I mean, even just, you know, the central military there. Hey, silly doggy.
I'm collecting
But yeah.
them. My lifelong dream is to one day roll naked in a pile of sweet, sweet treasure.
Yeah, isn't that the same for all of us?
So that's why I'm looking for a new
But
treasure
yeah.
map or two. If you find one, bring it on over to me, all right?
I mean, I'm all about like funds towards space exploration. I think that's, you know, a really awesome avenue. But at the same time, before exploring other planets, we should also make sure that the one that we're on can stand the test of time, you know?
Sure thing.
I mean, the planet will stand the test of time. It's just a question of like, we and countless other species will be able to stand the test of time with what we're doing, you know?
Treasure map before telling the guy sure
You know.
thing.
One could hardly expect to stumble
I just
across
see.
such a thing lying on the ground. Perhaps we should look for a place where old documents are stored.
Did you bring your ball to me? You brought a ball? Hey. Gonna give it to me? Oh, you tease. Absolute tease. Oh. Wow, just my camera back again. And then like, something like that-ish. Give me the ball. Oh, you got my armrest and legs super wet. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Yeah, hydrogen would definitely be really a really neato avenue to pursue. I know that it's being pursued in like some very small ways, but not super significantly. Jesse, bring it here. Jesse, come. Jesse, come. You know. Yeah, would be really neato. Having a clean car that goes vroom vroom, you know. Jesse, go get it. Go get the ball. Bring it here. That's further away. That's so much further away from me. You gotta pick it up and hand it to me. That's how it works. All right, so we're going to the seafront, right? I believe we're going to the seafront. Can I? Oh, yoink! I don't know if that was worth getting off my boar far, but whee! Away we go. Places to be, you know. Whee! Boobity bop. Boobity bop. But yeah. What? Wow. Okay, go get it. All right, so where are we going in seafront? You know, where are we going? I mean, it's kind of difficult to humor the idea of, you know, raising taxes when there's so many people that are already like, you know, struggling to be able to even humor the possibility of like buying a vehicle, buying a house, you know, stuff like that that are already like feeling darn near impossible to so many people, you know. Hi.
Oh god, it's over. My life is over.
Guess Doogie skedaddled for now.
What's wrong?
Oh hey, I remember you.
Yeah.
You're the ones who helped us out way back when.
Yeah.
Seeing as we've
Oh, Doogie's
come
back.
all this way, I suppose we had best ask.
Oh, you were so wet.
What is the matter?
I had a fight with my husband and he ran away from home.
Yes, yes. You may color me utterly
You just see.
flabbergasted.
But it's all that idiot's fault. I was saving up a bunch of apples and he went and ate 10 of them.
Sounds like the beginning of a math problem.
That's actually sort of impressive.
Well, sure, I may have lost my temper a little, but I can't believe he just up and left. He's been gone for
Jesse.
a week now and it's...
Want to relax? Relax.
All right, all right. We'll
You're
help
so
you
wet.
find him.
Really? Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, so we gotta find a red bag man? You know?
And here we go again. Shall we begin by asking around at the tavern like before?
I guess so. You gotta love Vice. You gotta love him. But yeah. At the end of the day, there does definitely need to be like some drastic changes.
Hey there.
You know?
I'm looking for the guy with the red bag. You seen him around lately?
Really? Is that couple fighting again?
Yeah, the guy took off and hasn't been seen since. I take it this isn't a surprise.
Hardly. Their arguments are legendary. We're actually considering selling tickets as a tourist attraction.
Hi.
Anyway, I think he's from that village with the library. Maybe he went back home.
It's
I
back
think
at our
his brother
village?
has a card there or something.
Thanks for the tip. I'll see what I can figure out.
Okay.
Say, you're pretty handsome. Care to buy a lonely woman a drink?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's what I would have said as well. Honestly. But yeah.
To think
Yeah,
that
then there's
couple's
stuff
petty
like that.
squabbles have become something of an attraction for the locals.
Doesn't surprise me in the least. Seeing people like that puts a little spring in your step, you know?
You humans truly are a maddening bunch. Such buffoonery does little more than wear this old tome out.
Like, the downside of public healthcare here in the land of Canada is if, you know, you need something that's not, like, life-threatening, like my dad with his knee surgeries, you have to wait, like, months to years, like he has. But it does mean that if you, you know, find yourself, you know, in a really bad situation and, like, injured really badly, that you aren't gonna have to worry about, like, losing your life savings as, like, additional insult to injury, you know?
If you ask me,
This is the
that
thing.
particular couple could benefit from a little change.
So, like, if I had to weigh the two, I would still definitely choose, like, the public healthcare that we have here. No doubt about that. Like, it's definitely not, you know, completely without some downsides, what with, you know, how long my dad's had to wait for, like, surgeries and such there. But I would still definitely take it over private healthcare. I have an aunt in the States, too. You know, I only meet, like, here and there when she's visiting, so I don't really know her all that well. But she has a few sons who I've never met before, these few cousins of mine. Apparently, a couple of years ago, one of them got COVID, like, really, really badly, and I forget exactly what they were saying the hospital bill was, like, 80K, 100K, something absolutely ridiculous like that. And it's like, wow. Way to add insult to injury if you're already, like, suffering from such an awful, you know, state where you have to be stuck in the hospital for however long, and then, you know, there go your life savings.
It's you.
Like,
What's up?
my goodness gracious, like, I can't even imagine it. And there's so many people that don't seek the help that they need because they know that it would financially ruin them, you know. And
You're related to
I
the
can't
ferryman who
imagine
carries a
living
red
that kind of way. So
Yeah, he's my little brother. Haven't seen him in a while though.
A shame.
So yeah, I would absolutely take the public health care of Canada any day.
Not a clue. Like I said, I haven't seen him.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Unless I was like some wealthy millionaire that could go get whatever care I needed on the spot. That would be like the only situation in which it would be like more beneficial to have like
I did see him.
private healthcare. I feel like, you know, and that's never happening.
Maybe you should try talking to someone at the post office.
I guess we could ask the postman over in Seafront.
Just once, I would enjoy receiving a quest that can be solved in the general vicinity of the asker.
Oh, Vice. So we're going back? Yeah, I feel like if I had something like really, really awful and I was stuck in the US, that, you know,
simply to track down a single man.
if I was gonna like pass away from something, then I would rather just have it happen rather than, you know, saddle my family who's left remaining afterwards with like insane hospital bills at the end, you know?
You mean a letter? No. I'm not big on writing. It always takes me
So,
forever
you know,
to figure out what I want to say.
What's to figure out? One simply takes quill in hand and unleashes their soul upon the canvas of the page.
Whatever you say.
And yeah, I've seen that before, people running from the ambulance because they know that if they're taken to hospital that they're gonna be charged like crazy, you know? Yeah, let's see here. Plural amounts of personal bankruptcies in the US are medical bankruptcies. Some states have bankruptcy protections in case it's literally one thing that screwed them over that they couldn't control and everything else would work. Jeez. Huh. But yeah. Wait. Then pay taxes? Do you mean then pay like for private healthcare, or do you mean like paying for public healthcare? Wait, what? Because that could be interpreted like a couple different ways. This is the case. I can hear my doggy shaking in the other room there. Hopefully she's not getting my carpets too wet. Hopefully not there. But yeah, so, you know, I live in Canada. I then pay the bill. Yeah, that makes more sense there. Hey Jesse, come here. You know, I live in Canada. I have my Sprach diploma so I can do school or work in Germany. And I was born in the States. So I have like significantly open options in the future, either across Canada, across Germany, or across the States. But I feel like I would, you know, probably stick around in Canada first and foremost. Second option will be Germany. And I feel like going and living in the States would only be like last resort. Yeah, I was born in Texas, was the case. Hello, Alucard. How's it going today? Don't come to the States, we suck. Yeah, that's the reason why I live in Canada. That's the whole reason why. I was born in Texas, and then my parents were like, raising a kid here? Yeah, how about no? So yeah, I'm I'm a native Texan with no memory of the place because my parents were like, raising a kid here? Yeah, screw that. No way.
You're not him.
So that's that there.
I just swung by to pick up a letter and wound up running the damn place.
And, you know, whenever I hear about major things happening in Texas or some of the, you know, some of the, let's just say, practices or standards there sometimes, it makes me really glad that I didn't, you know, stick around there. So an alternative universe where I could have had a pet horse on the street, maybe.
Anyway,
maybe.
Something?
No.
I do genuinely wonder how my life would have turned out if I was raised in Texas.
So I'm trying to track him down. Ring any bells?
Like, how different of a person would I have been? Like, both with like the difference of living there, which is also separate from the family that lives here, which is why we moved back to Canada specifically, because I have a lot of family around here. And by moving here, we wound up, you know, moving close to this Taekwondo dojang that I enrolled in when I was 4 years old. And I'm still enrolled in, like, up until today, and has been like a really big impactor in my life. So if I was, you know, devoid of living in Canada, devoid of this Taekwondo dojang that I've been in for close to 20 years now, and devoid of the family that's around here, and surrounded by all the stuff that's going on down in Texas, how different of a person would I have been? I genuinely wonder sometimes, you know? Lived in Texas for 3 years. How was that?
Still, that's pretty weird.
How was that there?
My buddy's daughter took off too. Maybe running away is the cool thing to do now.
It's hip with the kids.
I find it exceedingly unlikely this pair of
Hi.
runaways is mere coincidence.
Any idea where she might have went?
They go run away
That is
together.
the question, isn't it? Actually, you know what? I bet she went to check out the huge shipwreck that drifted into the inlet the other day. Not often something like that comes around. It's all the kids have been talking about.
Okay. Yeah, let's see here. I know in many in the US, many hospitals somehow made it cheaper without insurance versus with insurance because insurance regulations are like 2/3 of the price of medical care. Well,
Seeing as how we lack any other tenable leads.
just for going over
Let's
there.
head for the inlet.
But yeah, screw that. Norway and you land in Canada. Maybe your parents should have looked at a map. Yeah. There could have been like better options for like better countries to live in.
Emil.
But there is family here, so we went here. Canada's definitely far from perfect. I'm not all that patriotic towards Canada by any means. I look at Canada, I'm like,
I haven't seen you two coming to
it's
see
all right,
much.
I guess.
Well, ever, I guess.
You know, so that's that. Grandfather revoked or was forced to leave the States just to live in Mexico. Revoked his citizenship, you mean? Jeez. And you and my friends were looking at Google Maps, and like 50% of Texas looks like a wasteland, does it now? I've never looked at it for that. I don't have any memory of Texas, so like, I don't really know anything about the place, honestly.
Kinda said she sensed something strange.
So there's that. It's fine, lived close to the border. It was fun going to get drunk on like 10 to 15 bucks. Drinks are like $1 each, if not less. Was this a long time ago or like more recently? Was it more than 2 decades ago is what I should ask, because the whole reason why my dad got involved with the beer industry, which he never planned on getting involved in, is because he told me that the beer in Texas tasted like horse piss. And that's how he, okay, so yeah, it wouldn't have been back then before I was born. And that, in that case, yeah, he was telling me that, you know, living in Texas in the 90s, that the beer was so completely awful that he started brewing it himself just because he couldn't tolerate the stuff that was there. Speaking of drinks, that's how my dad got involved in the beer industry. And, you know, it's kind of what he's most known for nowadays. Hi!
Strange how? Like a shade?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
But yeah, very cheap drinks there. Go to Mojave Desert. It is the wasteland. Definition of wasteland.
Some kind of
Yeah.
sound or something coming from up ahead.
I think Canada looks so attractive because it's next to the US. Yeah, that's another good point. Like, Canada also gets a little bit of a better reputation because of the comparison to the, yeah, right next to them, you know.
What an incredibly specific piece of information the hussy has graced us with.
Heard from a co-worker that Coca-Cola tastes better in Mexico than in the USA because they regulate corn syrup, so cola is made with cane sugar instead. Huh.
Nothing. Let's get moving.
Yeah, that would have been a certainly would have been something. It was funny when we were on like the exchange trip in grade 8. I believe the legal drinking age is 16 in Germany, so a whole bunch of the students in our class here in Canada were getting like really excited, like, oh, when we go to Germany we're gonna be able to drink and stuff, right? And our teachers just assured us, like, no, you're gonna abide by Canada rules. You're not gonna be drinking over there. And everyone in the class was just like super disappointed. That was the case. The beach shipwreck. Guess it's been beached. Was it out in the distance, like before the time skip, or was this just a normal ship? Was this the ship that I was helping with the merchant there? Guess we'll go up this way. But yeah. Yeah. I don't get alcohol either. Oh, I thought that was a ladder at first. For a second, I thought that was a ladder. I really can't go up this? Really? I'm genuinely surprised there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, hearing about stuff like that in the States, there are definitely some places that I can imagine doing that. So, what the heck? At like the very back end or something, maybe? Or just coming through the back? Might just be tempted to, oh, pick up the thingamabob.
Seem to be covering a rather
but yeah,
large hole.
I mean, when you visit, you think you wouldn't have been drinking anything anyways, but nowadays you do like beer. Well, if you do ever visit here once again,
probably get in if we move out of the way.
There's lots of stuff on tap.
I'm worried about whatever it is
This is the thing.
sensing. We should make sure we're really prepared before going inside.